.YouTube and .net on the web. Also, if you want to contact me, my email is spiritsbyjaynee. I am making this Monday early evening. I don't have any makeup on. My hair is a mess. I got on an old, t-shirt, and I have no jewelry on, no makeup. Um, my hearing aids. I'm an old lady. Hearing, I need those hearing aids because otherwise I'll be doing this and I'll have to get out a horn like they used to have. They did like the 1800s. Um, I just wanted to come on and talk about reincarnation. Um, uh, Not only do I truly believe in it, I have seen other of my lives. I have met myself, which is weird, but however you do that, I have. Many years ago, I had a time with a therapist who specifically did past lives, and we saw that I was a cave painter. Um, and well, I I thought at that time, in the probably in the 70s, that I was a man, but no, turns out I was a woman, and I was painting the miracle of birth, which in those times, prehistory, was really a miracle. It still is, but it was even more so then because nobody knew how or why. And so I was painting women, pregnant women, and women having babies. Well, the men who were stronger, physically stronger, didn't like that. And they kept telling me not to do that. They wanted me to paint them um, hunting and killing animals. And I just didn't do it. Maybe I did one, so didn't really do it. Eventually, they killed me. I think I was always ornery, not ornery, but feisty, you know. Um, oh, I was sick today. Okay. So anyway, and I know another life. Um, I was a soldier in the Roman army. No, no big deal. Um, I don't know what time frame, whether I was one of the barbarians that they accepted in, or whether I was a regular Roman. I don't know. But people went in and it was a living, and then after 25 years, they had a pension, they could live. It was considered a good deal at the time. Um, well, in Britain, uh, when they were trying to, oh, well, that's no big deal. Somebody said they pooped on the carpet. Wait till you get old. You'll be glad you had the experience and you're not freaked out by it. Believe me. And besides, if you have animals, they have accidents. Cats throw up. They're well known to throw up, and stuff comes out. And sometimes they eat your plants because I don't know, they want to throw up or they want to taste the stuff. My cat was eating plastic plants, um, and dogs do that too. Dogs will throw up their whole meal, and it's a big mess because dogs eat a lot more, um, especially our dog. She's a big girl. Um, okay, so I decided when we were busy killing everybody in Great Britain at that time, um, which was still, in Roman times, in the early Roman times, it was not considered, it was still barbarian. That's what they thought. So, oh, God bless you too. Um, I can't read this stuff. Wait a minute, I'll tell you what I'll put on. I'll put on my reading glasses And now I can see. Uh, you know, Zahir put, I will go back to what I was talking about before, but he put Nazi signs. You know, a lot of people were killed, 6 million, 8 million in Eastern Europe before the Nazis were out. It is a sign of craziness and death. Is that really what you want to show people about yourself? You are unique. You have karma. This is your specific life now. This is the culmination of all your previous lives. Is that all you can make of it? The Nazi sign? You can do better than that. We come here with specific goals, and we're supposed to learn, take that back with us to wherever we go, to the energy that spawned us, is what I really think. Somebody says his fish were diapers. I don't like fish. I mean, they're fine. I'm not one who does. Anyway, okay. So I refuse to kill women and children. Not that I didn't before, but I just got to the point I wouldn't do it anymore. So I was killed because that was our job, and if I wasn't going to do it, they weren't going to let me. I didn't need to hang around. So that was that. Okay. Uh, I can't. I have sort of a mess of things during the Middle Ages, and I don't know which is which or when. But um, my point is that it isn't just me. You too. You have previous lives. Um, some of mine just came to me. My One of my granddaughters, who actually is adopted, was my twin in Spain. I was killed by a germ. I was in the subway going to go to work. I was about 20 years old, and I saw myself crawling along the platform after the Nazis had bombed it, and I could feel what I felt at the time. So I don't know what. Well, the thing that clued me in, one of the things was my granddaughter used to say to me, um, I would put her, one time I put her in the car, and she said to me, "Oh, you're beautiful." And I said, "What? What do you mean?" And she said, "You're my twin." Well, she had been saying that for a while. My point is that, number one, we have a family on the other side. They pop in and out of our lives. Some, my father was at one time my son. I don't know what my real son is, my son now. I think he was in my life before, but I don't know when. My cousin, who died at 61, and we had been very close all our lives, he had, at one point, he had been my older brother, and I was a little boy. Um, in the Middle Ages, people died like they died like flies. He died, and I died. Another time, I was training. My father was a shoemaker in the Middle Ages. He died, and I think the family fell apart. I don't really know, but I remember seeing him showing me how to make the shoes and knowing it didn't really work out. Um, the bombing thing in the subway took place in 1937, and it really did happen. Um, what else? Oh my God! My One of my doctors and I were two little girls who lived in Germany or Holland. I don't know which one. And we were these 4-year-old little girls walking around with bows in our hair and little cute dresses, walking around, knocking on people's doors, and they would come out and talk to us and give us candy. And one was an old man who I knew in life, so he was in that life too. And he would come down and give us candy, and then we would go into different stores the same way. And we had our rounds that we did, and I think I died at 11. You know, also pretty common because there were no antibiotics. You got a cold, you could die. You got a cut in your foot, you got a dog bite, you probably were going to be dead. You know, if you were a soldier and you were injured, good chance you'd be dead because everything would fester. It was the common way. And people died. They just, like 20 something years old, they died. There were so many things. They had the sweating sickness. This was in Europe. I don't know about China, but I'll bet you it was similar. Same thing, probably, I think, in India. Um, I don't know about America and South America, how that was, but I bet because if you didn't have anything to fight the ailments, the things that came up, the um, diseases, then you were dead. Who was it? One of the signers of the Constitution. His daughter had breast cancer. While she was awake, they cut off her breast. Can you imagine that? I know if you're a boy, it's a little hard, but it's still just imagine being awake and they cut off, God forbid, an arm. It's that kind of thing. It's horribly painful. I think that she did live for for quite a while, but um, it's really bad. Um, somebody said that he subbed me. I don't know what that means. Probably means something good, but I don't know. Oh, happy birthday, Brian. My son has the same spelling of his name. He's also a Brian, and he's also in August. He was just a few days ago, last week. Um, okay, so stories. Let me tell you, my dog showed up. My dog passed away about 2 weeks ago. So earlier was it this week or Friday? It might have been Friday. Um, I was on the sofa in the living room here reading, and I look up, and there's my dog. And I said, "What's Tuesday doing here?" Well, she looked like she was just standing there between the dining room and the living room. Um, that I see spirits sometimes, just like for a second they show me what they look like, but it isn't like that. She was in full color. She was her whole body down to her little feet. Um, she was a medium large sized dog, or a large medium. I don't know. She was pretty big. She weighed approximately 60 something pounds. So she wasn't the giant dogs, but she was pretty big. And when she had died, and I talked to her, because it's not really, I guess it is a big deal. I was talking to her, and she was really worried that we wouldn't be able to live without her. Like she she was mostly, she had something else going for her because she lived to be 16 and a half, and her ears never went up. But she was a German Shepherd, and her behavior was a German Shepherd, her personality and everything. So she was worried that here she had died and she couldn't sort of herd us into what we should be doing. I wasn't aware that she was in charge of my life, but she felt that she was. And when I was crying um, over the fact that she had was gone, she said, "That's it. I'm coming back. I'm coming back." In other words, she was going to jump in her skin, which wasn't there anymore, and she was going to come back and take care of me. Um, and the next day, no, I think it was 2 days later, but I saw her in the house looking at me. She wasn't moving her head, and she was just staring at me, looking at me. I think making sure I was all right. That's German Shepherd behavior. That's what they do. They're very, very loyal, to the nth degree, but I think they always need jobs. They do, and there are a couple of other dogs that really need jobs. And Tuesday's job in our house was always, you know, keeping the cats in line, which she did. Um, if they got on the table, she told them to get off. I mean, she was their minder, their babysitter. So she had a job. Um, and what got me too was that my granddaughter, where Tuesday started out, um, Tuesday came, and then my daughter has this baby, and Tuesday wasn't very happy about the baby, and my daughter had to go back to work, and Tuesday was like she was going to daycare and didn't like the other dogs. So all in all, I had retired, and my daughter said, "Would you take her?" And it was my pleasure. I was really happy about it. So we had Tuesday for about 16 years. She didn't like the baby either. So when she was after she died and she was talking to me about, she wanted to know how was the baby. She still referred to our granddaughter as the baby. Our granddaughter is now 11. Um, was very, very sweet. So, um, who you are today is not who you were before. You had a different life, you had a different religion, you had a different culture, and that's good. That's what it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be exposed to all kinds of religions and cultures. And even though we get sort of stuck on them now while we're here, and and we get caught up thinking, oh, this group is evil. They're really not. They're just people, And even the MAGAs here in the United States aren't evil. My brother-in-law is a MAGA, and my sister-in-law. Are they evil? No. Um, they're just. I don't know why they believe what they do. Um, my brother-in-law and my husband grew up in South Philly. Every kind of person lives in South Philly, including the mafia. It's um, it's just there is no one group that's well, maybe there are more. It's maybe more Italian, but there are plenty. There's so many kinds of people there. Um, the the last time that I made a show, somebody was talking to me about Palestinians, and I wish people understood that really people do get along. Given half an opportunity, they do. Um, and I know that at one time I was Egyptian. Now, were they Muslim at that time? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it was before. Um, but let me see. Okay, I got to put my glasses on because I can't see this. Okay, so there's someone here from Eastern Europe. They weren't always from Eastern Europe. That's my point. I can guarantee you that this person, actually, I can see this person was a Native American in the early 19th century. That's you, sweetie, with the tulips. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, above the tulips, but it's the same person. You were in a previous life. You were a Native American. How do you like that? Now you live. I don't know where. You're in Eastern Europe because you have the other alphabet. Um, who else? Your pet. Your pet fishes. It's the plural of fish is fish. Okay. I can't change their diaper. Let me see. What were you? You were Canadian. Where are you now, Mr. Carboy? Okay. Gable. Gabe Horn is another one. Kiara Panada. Oh, what a beautiful name. Um, Let me see about Kiara. I see you in Italy, and I don't think you're in Italy now. I think you lived in Italy though, uh, a long time ago. Um, Barbara Engro. She thinks a lot of garbage in my chat. Well, I don't think this is garbage. I never liked Frank Sinatra. You know. Oh my God, I got a really a lot of garbage. Hmm. I think if anybody else did a show like this, that person would have garbage too. I love what you're writing. I really do. I don't love the garbage one. Barbara Engro has guts because she wrote her whole name. She's an angry person. Um, what's her problem? Jesus, she's got physical problems. I'm not going to say that's not fun. That's no wonder she's angry. Oh my God, I'm cute. That's so sweet. Okay, what was Mozart like? Well, he became deaf, and he was still writing music, so he had to go by vibrations. And did you ever listen to Mozart? If you if you did, it's I don't know if you'd like it. I was listening to Dvorak yesterday. I like the Eastern European dances from the last century. I love them. So I do like classical music. You're right about that. My mother used to put it on, and we would dance around. Um, so did I know Lefty? No. There was a that was a there definitely were mafia people named Lefty, and oh no, I don't want to judge you, sweetie. No, and I'm sure as hell not God. No, I'm laughing at everything everybody wrote. Um, Going to send me a nasty. If you want. Barbie is jealous. That's cute. Oh my God, Barbies. Do you know? I remember when they came out. Um, but okay, listen. I love your messages, even the angry ones. I'm sorry. One of them. Wait a minute. Blah blah blah. I'm sorry. You're watching and I'm reading all this stuff. Um, so Kiara Kiara she was Italian. No, she was Greek. Okay. Um, it is hard to do this because I'm not really. I knew the one Pog Whisper. What in God's name is a Pog? Today's his birthday. Oh, good luck. This young man says he's sad because his grandpa died and now he has another grandpa. Absolutely fabulous. That's great. Um, Thank you, Nolan. That's really nice. I knew a Nolan when I was much younger, when I was in college, and he was actually a drug addict. Can I borrow some corn? Ah, hi, and that's Sabrina Schlemmer. Schlemmer? No, Schemmer. That's a good name. Uh, and now you want to borrow some sugar? Okay. Oh, so sweet. Need it for my, but I used to make banana bread. I'm not making anything anymore. I have too much illness and stuff. I don't lie. That's one thing. I think, you have to understand, um, you have this life. I'm not, the goal in this life, whether you think it or not, is to know and appreciate yourself, to love yourself. It's not easy because people tell us a lot of nasty stuff, including our parents do that. You didn't do this right, you didn't do that right. Yeah, you're. Um, you are the judge. You have to learn to ignore other people. There are toxic people who will say stuff just to hurt you. Just it makes them feel good. God knows why. So you you need to look at your own behavior. You need to recognize yourself and appreciate yourself for what you do, for every success that you have, and for making the changes that you want to make so that you like yourself more, so that you can be more proud of yourself. Hopefully, you understand what I'm getting at. It, it has to do with karma, but not really. Um, the idea is in each life, if you can reach a higher level, you you have that much less to do if you have to come back again. That I hope that's clear enough because it's really important. It is what we do, and if that's what makes you be a good person, okay, so be it. Um, Johnny Hoffa, someone's asking what happened to Jimmy Hoffa. It is believed that he was killed by the mafia and buried in a building, cement. They were, putting in the base of the building. And I can't think of the guy. His friend is the one who arranged it. Um, Guy was in the mafia. Jimmy Hoffa was kind of not so straight, and he was involved with the mafia, and I think he was too hot. He was involved in too much, and they decided to off him. Um, Debussy. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. Bob Green says, always finish on the Bach, never finish on Debussy. I don't really like Debussy, but I do love Bach. Yeah. No, I don't play Debussy. That's Bob Green. And Aussie Jane. Is that Jane? I got to put my glasses on again if I can't. Lefty, yeah, Lefty did go to sleep with the fish. An awful lot of them did. Um, was it Lefty Lefkowitz? And where was the guy that started? Oh God, the thing in Nevada, and then he went to Israel, and he lived. He saved his life because I mean he would not have lived. Um, my little phone had my brother. That's great. Lion King forever? Question mark. Sorry, my dog ate my phone. I think they can. God, we had a red golden retriever. He was eating the doorknob. Oh God, he ate all the pillows on in the living room, every single pillow. He ate the restraints in the car twice. Oh, he was never rat on the mob. The people who lived next door and around the guy who was the kingpin of the mob in Philly in the '60s, his neighbors really liked him. They said he was a nice man, very family oriented. He didn't bring home, he didn't have firefights in the street. Are you a J3 dub, whatever that is? Okay. No, I guess I'm not because I don't know what it is. These are wonderful. I really love them. Somebody said I'm the cutest thing. I don't really feel cute today, but that's okay. No, Frank's, I'm not kidding. I didn't like them. We used to get free tickets because my husband was a police officer in Philadelphia in the 70s. And the credit union, my husband was a good police officer. He went in to help people. It was a different time. And we used to get tickets to this uh, sort of theater in South Philly because we banked at this credit union. And I used to see all these people from the 60s would come and play, and they weren't, I mean, they always sound good when they're in the same room with you, but they weren't people who's singing and stuff I liked. But he grew up, I don't know if you would know, he grew up with Chubby Checker practicing in the lunchroom, and different people who were well known. He worked with them. Um, you hope you hope the Lion King hopes I meet someone. I'm 77. I'm going to be 78 soon. You want me to meet somebody? Um, and I should grow up. I think I am, sweetie. But I hope you just enjoy your life. Um, no, I'm not judging you. I really am not. You have to judge yourself. Um, the chocolate teapot. Oh, I really like that. That is so cute. And I don't think this guy likes me. Um, he says somebody says I'm too old to be lying, and I really there was someone in this neighborhood who made up awful stories about me, things I would never do, and I was really aggravated. But there's nothing you can do if somebody's lying about you. What do you do? Cancer and pain, and I don't know why I got to that. Um, thank you all. I love your comments, Mustafa. That's a great name. Um, Gabe Horn. I think I did that before. I know I did. Kiara, beautiful name. It was like Kiara, Tiara. Baby Bart. Gabe Horn again. Hello, hi Granny, and then the swastikas. You really, it's it's something evil. You know, it was actually an Indian, Native American. Or is it Indian? I don't remember it. It was a spiritual sign, and then it was taken over by the Nazis, um, who, you would not want to be paired with them. They would have killed you. Um, if you weren't, if a blonde haired, white skinned person, the Nazis would kill you. It was not easy. J. Palmer, she's drowning. I wonder if she means drowning. Remember, never play with your. Oh my God, the wiener god. Oh, okay, that's it for that. Um, do I have all kids here? A lot of these are definitely kids. Um, that's a shame. Um, Lion King. That's a movie I never saw because I am an adult. Um, you're a really angry kid, and you probably need to look at why you're so angry. I tend to be an angry person too, and I would very much like not to be. It once you get to the point where you are looking at yourself, appreciating what you do, loving yourself otherwise, but you find yourself reacting to other people's bullshit or whatever it is that you react. I know I don't want to. I want to be calm and I want to be helpful to people. I don't want to I don't want to be I don't want to react nastily to people. Um, so I don't know that you're at that place now, but you know, uh, good fellow. Was he corrupt? You might mean uh, Sinatra. He was involved with the mafia. That's how he got started. Oh, that's disgusting. I really too have um, farting. You're farting. Do I need to? Uh, um, I worry about. Someone asked me from Australia, I guess, why all the black fellows kill each other, and I come from Philadelphia, and that is really a very big problem. Um, I think it's the worst problem in Philadelphia. They can forget about the streets. They can forget about everything and deal with that because the guns are all over the place, every place in the United States, and the kids can get them. They can steal them. They can buy them, and they've been shooting into crowds recently, um, just killing each other, and frequently a young person who was not the right person that they were trying to kill is the one killed, and it's horrible. They haven't even begun their lives, and they're getting killed. The fact that they are black kids doesn't matter. Um, I mean, we could be killing. They could be killing some kid who would have, if he lived, would have won the Nobel Prize, or he would have invented, or she would have invented a new kind of entertainment. I mean, we don't know. It there people start out equal. Of course, some people have more brains and can do more. Average people, which is the average, um, can do a lot. Um, Trump isn't. Well, our great leader is. I don't think our great leader is even average. But doesn't matter. We all have a job in becoming the best that we can be. Okay, I think. Um, Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your comments, even your goofy comments. Um, I would love to know if you are all kids, because I mean, your comments lead me to believe that you are children. Okay, and that's strange, but I love to see you. I do love kids anyway. Um, Not so much the Nazis thing. Okay, feel good. Have a good evening, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye bye now.